Hey guys, Kurt Elbin here with Virginia Tech. I'm here with Figured Out Baseball, going over some third base coaching videos. The first video we're going to do is deals with communication with hitters while in the box. And for my next video, check out how to operate runners while they're running the bases. The biggest thing, just to get started here, with me and our guys, is when we train our guys, we train in positives, meaning I never want to give a directive to a hitter during an at-bat that has to do with a swing, a mechanic-related issue, or anything that is not competitive driven. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to yell to Joey at the plate and say something along the lines of keep your back elbow in, or get your barrel out to this position. We're going to talk on timing, like, hey, start early, start later, make sure you're a good spot of the box, make sure the pitches that you're sitting on you're committed to. So our sign system here is based on numbers, and all our guys have a wristband. And the only reason I do the wristband is so we can give our guys directives. Directives on pitches to sit on, fields to sit on, where to look for certain pitches, where to stand out in the box. Maybe we're getting in a two-strike approach prior to having two strikes on us. Maybe I have dummy signs in there that just want these guys, all right, to feel loose. One of the things that we tell our guys is to compete and to be a dude. I can give them 1, 2, 4, and they look through their graph, and it's going to have 2 money signs on it. And the money signs mean, let's be a dude. Let's be a dude. Just go get a hit right now, or go compete, excuse me, not get a hit. So those are things that you can actually just tell the hitter. Be the big hit, win this pitch, next pitch, move on. Just be positive with the hitter. But we have directives here at Virginia Tech that cover those. Some of the things that we want to try to stay away from, all right, is don't get to 2K or scream relax. If I want the guys to relax, I'm going to tell them to breathe, and I'm going to clap my hands. I'm going to be positive about it. Directives that kind of have negative connotations are things that we need to stay away from, and things that I don't want to portray to the hitter. Ultimately, just trying to cement a good quality approach. And if I see things that are going wrong with that hitter, I'm not going to try to correct his swing. I want to correct his timing. I want to correct his direction. I want to correct his compete level. If I look up and a guy's having bad body language because maybe an umpire called a pitch that he didn't like, a strike, and he thought it was a ball, I'm going to look up in there and say, hey, Joey, step out. And I'm just going to tell him to release. Joey, release. And he has a mechanism that he goes through, and it's his release mechanism. If a guy that I feel is kind of getting outside of himself, I'll just yell in and tell him to refocus. Always trying to be positive and forward with our communication here in the third base box, instead of being angry, trying to be, just trying to really coach the swing. We want to coach the swing in our hitting facility. We don't want to coach the swing down here during games. Kurt Elbin here, Virginia Tech, talking about our communication with hitters while coaching third base. Some of the times during a game, you're going to see a hitter where his body language changes. And sometimes it has to do with the umpire, sometimes it has to do with him, whether he swings and misses, he takes a pitch he should have hit. Those are times where I feel like you need to maybe portray a certain message to the hitter where, hey, step out, release. Maybe you call time and you take one of your offensive conferences. If it's a big situation and you know the hitter well, and you know that the hitter kind of wears his emotions on the sleeve, and that takes him away from being focused on the next pitch, that's a time for me to either call time or let that guy know, hey, refocus, step out, refocus, calm yourself, slow your breath down, get in the box, and get back to what you're trying to do. But a lot of game situations will speed hitters up. Sometimes it's self-inflicted, sometimes it's because of the environment, the umpire, or the opponent, maybe it's the crowd. Us as third base coaches, we need to analyze and evaluate that and make sure we're putting our guys in the best position possible to succeed. So knowing your hitters, knowing when they maybe don't look like they're struggling, but internally you can see body language change, or maybe just it's a simple shake of the head. We need to step in as third base coaches, and let's get positive with the hitter and put them on a better track so they can be successful. Kurt Elbin here with Virginia Tech. You just saw our communication video from the third base box. If you're a third base coach, I highly recommend you watching it. For more videos, go back and check out our T routine. Quite simply, the third one, the post stride. Great drill set to watch.
Thanks for tuning in to Figured Out Baseball. If you're watching on the figuredoutbaseball.com website, I hope you check out the Figured Out Baseball store and grab yourself some gear to help support this totally free resource. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you keep up with all the cool stuff that we do. For you podcast listeners, we've also got our podcast now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Figure It Out Baseball, the home of hundreds of free videos from dozens of college and professional coaches and specialists from great schools like this. So tell your friends about figuredoutbaseball.com, the world's #1 online coaching tool.